Eagles. It's been 2 weeks since the Super Bowl. And believe it or not, I can still barely talk. I can still barely think. And I'm still super excited. Now, I know I know we went to the parade. I know for a lot of people, maybe the hype has died down. It was cold out there at the parade? Yeah, I know, honey. Me and the grandbaby went to the parade. Stood down there by the art steps. She walked a long way from the train station because they had shut down most of the train stations. And we had to go from 30th Street and walk over to the art museum. So for a little 4-year-old, that's a lot. Honey, I told you, God, yogurt all over the place. She's saying that the cars kept deleting. So after the debacle that was the trains, we tried to order Uber and Lyft, and they kept canceling. And I don't know if it was because the direction we were going or what, because I saw a lot of people getting lifts, but they wouldn't come pick us up to take us to our destination. Anyway, so we won the Super Bowl again. We had our second parade. I think they estimated at 1.52 million, something like that, people celebrating up and down the roads and at the art museum. And I really wanted to go this time again because this one of our grandchildren hadn't been born yet for the 2017 one because she's only 4. So I said, okay, let me take her downtown. Let me let her enjoy herself and see so many Eagles fans. And that's what she kept saying. Pop is so many Eagles fans. So many Eagles fans. And there were so many of us of all ages just celebrating. Yeah, no Chiefs fans. So I know what I was going to get back to is I know for a lot of people, maybe the hype has died down. I heard AJ say, it lasted 2 days for him and he was ready to go back to it. And the thrill of the game and the hunt for him is what's most exhilarating. And I got to be honest, I enjoy it. Now, I've talked about this before. I enjoy our sports teams when they're winning. They're my sports team no matter whether they're winning or not. If we're 0-16, I'm an Eagles fan. People will shout out, oh, the Eagles suck. And I'll be like, yeah, they do this year. They do. They're horrible, but they're still my team. Just like any other diehard fan. But what I refuse to do is invest my time and money into a losing season. And what do I mean by that? You'll have people that'll still go to the sports bars, still use their gas to get there, eat up a bunch of food, drink a bunch of drinks or whatever. Every single game, even if they're terrible. I won't do that. It's something about my money that I don't want to spend it when they're losing, right? So I'm not buying a whole bunch of merch. I'm not doing so. You'll see like long spurts of where I have the same stuff for years and years because for a lot of Eagles fans that haven't been as fan as long as I have, we've had long droughts of just not doing that well. So I have stuff from almost when I was a kid, when I was in high school, to I think it was '05 when we went to the Super Bowl. Then a couple of things here and there, maybe a hat or a shirt in between there, but really no dumps until 57, 59, and 52. With the biggest ones being 52 and 59, obviously, because we won. I love the champ stuff. You cheering, honey? I love the champions gear. Champions. I love being a winner. Man, you jump pretty high. You love the Eagles? Oh, me too. So let's talk about what's going on next year, right? Because unlike back in the day, you can't really keep the same teams together like you used to be able to, where your roster didn't have that many shifts. It's kind of annoying because you with the team that we have, I believe we can run that back, right? I believe we can have a great amount of success with the exact same team next year, right? Say, everybody, let's come back. Coaches, players, everybody, let's do it again. And I think we could go far as getting back and maybe even winning it against whoever the opponent is. But we're going to lose people. So you worry about what's the new chemistry going to be like with the new players and the new coaches. How are the schemes going to be drawn up? And, will we have the same type of attitude? Now, our team is going through new DCs and OCs almost every year. Luckily, Vic says he's going to stay. He's happy where he is. He's happy with the success, and he wants to keep coaching here. Beautiful, beautiful. I would have liked Kellen to have stayed to give us some continuity, to be able to keep the same stuff going and to eat and embed it even more into our players. Okay, honey. But it's not to be. He's going to the Saints, and we got a new OC. I don't so much worry that there's going to be a big fall off and there's going to be like an epic meltdown or anything like that. I don't feel that. I don't know what'll happen, but in my heart of hearts, I don't feel like a repeat of the year prior is on the horizon. And really, that was so much of a letdown only because we were 10-1. We have gone through the gauntlet of the hardest teams in the league and beat them all. Okay, honey. And we have beat them all only to, at the end of the season, lose to lesser opponents. I hate really calling teams bums or scrubs or whatever, but they were lesser opponents than the teams that we had beat previously. Miami. Like I said, I'm still about hoarse for yelling. And I'm going to get back to the point, but yelling and watching content. I've been doing Eagles content every day on YouTube, every day. Finding new small creators that I really enjoy. I wish I had my other phone with me so I could shout them out, but other small content creators that I had never seen before that had interesting takes over the season and through the victory. On my next video, I'll definitely make sure I have their names so I can shout them out. Pigskin Predictions was one that I found through the years, a Cowboys fan, that we went back and forth on over who was going to win and how it was going to go. And, I mean, big shouts out to them. They wanted us to beat the Chiefs, and we did, even though they were Cowboys fans. And I even told them, I said, it's a lot better, it's a lot more fun for me when the Cowboys are great and we beat them versus when they stink and we beat them, because it takes some of the fun out of it. But nevertheless, a Cowboys win is a Cowboys win over them. And she comes with a pom-pom. See, you cheering. Awesome cheers, honey. I've been consuming all this Eagles content. I've been wearing Eagles every day, going to pick her up from school when I was at work and everything. Just Eagles out. And they're like, okay, the Super Bowl was 2 days ago. Okay, the Super Bowl was 5 days ago. Okay, the Super Bowl was 8 days ago. I don't care. I am loving it. I am living in it. And I love it. But now we'll jump back. So the year prior, we had beat the Cowboys when they were good. We had beat Miami. We had beat the Chiefs. We had beat the Bills. We had beat, what was that, 15? There was another team that was supposed to be so hot, so devastating in our five-team gauntlet. Maybe and Falcons. We had beat them. No, we didn't play the Falcons that year, honey. It was somebody else, I don't know. And then we lost to San Francisco. And that was fine by me. I was like, listen, you win, you 10-1 and you lose one, who cares? But then we all know what happened. It just went all to poop. But I don't feel like that's going to happen this year. I don't feel like we'll be undefeated again, like I didn't think this year. I think I'm going to predict the same thing. Our bottom is going to be 12 wins, and our ceiling is going to be 14 wins. I think that that's a repeat of last year. I predicted that at the very beginning of last year. I predicted that at the very beginning of last year. I'm predicting that at the beginning of this year, before this even gets kicked off. 12 is the bottom, 14 is the top. I'd love to be even better, but I think that's where we fall in, 12 to 14 wins. And making another awesome run for the Super Bowl. Now, I know people can get fatigued with the same teams in the Super Bowl all the time. It's one of the main reasons why the Chiefs fatigue has set in, because they played in 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls. So if we're in the next one, we'll have been in 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls, right? Because we were in 52. Excuse me, 52. We were in 52. We won that. We were in 57. Then we're in 59. That's a 3-year span. And then if we're in it again in 60, then that'll be 3 times in the last 4 years. And people might hate that. And to them, I acknowledge that you might hate it, but as an Eagles fan, I'm going to love it. Just like the Chiefs fans love when they keep going back. But I think the thing that keeps it fresh for an Eagles fan is that there's nobody that really likes the Eagles like their own team, right? You'll have fan bases. I know you do, honey. You'll have teams that are fans of other teams across countries or across borders, but nothing really like the Eagles, which are kind of their own fans. They say that we're fans are the worst. We're so arrogant. We're so mean, and this, that, and the other. And some of us are more so than they should be. Absolutely, like that guy in the stadium that was belittling the other fans. I forget what team that was. That's unacceptable. It's totally unacceptable. There's the right amount of trash talk that you can have with another team that goes from good old-fashioned trash talk and ribbing to being outright disrespectful and outrageous. And that guy crossed the line. But I see big things for our team again. And I'm not like a big like free agency and draft type of follower. You're like you know all the college prospects. I don't watch college football at all, so I don't know who's good out of college. And I'm excited to hopefully get Myles Garrett if we can make that, because obviously I know him. He's been in the league for a long time. I think that would be a great addition if it doesn't cost us too much. But whoever else, I'll leave that to Howie. I'll let him be the magician and put the pieces where they need to be, like he's done for forever, and root for my team again. And whether we're great or whether we fall off, they'll always be my team. But I wanted to come and say I'm still on a high from that win and from that game.
Because we stink. Because we stink.
No, we don't stink. They stink. We win.
No, I'm talking about we stink.
Oh, we were sick. Yeah, we were coughing. Unfortunately, the Sixers this year are just looking horrible. I'm gonna talk about that in another video. Sixers are looking bad. There's not even a playoffs to look forward to with them. The Phillies, no telling what they'll do. I'll talk about that in a separate video. Yes, honey.
You got the blue shirt under.
I know, honey. There's no telling what the Phillies will do. They've been a source of, I'll say, disappointment. Even though they've made it to the big game, they've been a source of disappointment because they've gone in so hot and fell off when they shouldn't have fallen off. Excuse me. That's been kind of sour about. Again, I'll talk about that in another video. But for the Eagles, I am super, super happy and super proud. Look, I got an burping and hiccups and everything. I need some water, don't I? Yeah. I'm super happy and super proud of you. I can't wait for the next season to watch the glory happen all over again and hope for another championship game and another win in the Super Bowl. Fly, Eagles, fly. And we'll see what happens when the season starts again. Go Birds.